All right, good morning, guys. It is Saturday morning, and it is time to get back into the saddle with Notary Book Club, Notary Nerds Book Club. This book club we've been doing for the last year, on and off. We've read several books, and this session that we're about to start officially next Saturday, today you're in an information session about what we're going to be doing. We are revisiting one of the books that we've already read, which is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And this is why we're doing that. The revisiting of this book, this will be, I think, my third reading of this book. You can't read this book too much. That's why I think you should get you a nice copy of one. This happens to be, I'm trying to see which edition. I'm not sure which edition this is. It's done by Sweetwater Press in 2019. Sweetwater Press in 2019. So that's the version I have. However, just get Think and Grow Rich, okay, wherever you can find one. But you want to get one that's yours. You want to go ahead and buy one. The reason this is going to be so important, I believe, is that there are several things he asks you to do in the book that when we read it the first time, of course, we read what he told us to do, but I don't know that everybody actually physically did the actual task. And what I'm talking about is, I kind of go back for you guys. When my son and I read this together for the first time, my oldest son, in 2019, we actually did one of the tasks that the book told us to do. And that was to write down the exact number of money that we desire. And so for the last 2 years, and you can almost tell because how old this is, because it's starting to fade. I brought this in to share with you guys. This has been on my bathroom refrigerator since the reading of that book. And it's going to go back on the bathroom refrigerator. This is an example of one of the tasks. He says, get something, get a pen, write it down. He has that throughout the entire book. And I think reading the book is great, but if you don't actually do the task that he's telling you to do, I don't think you get I don't feel like I've gotten the fullness out of it. I feel like in doing just this one task, I've seen such amazing results because again, this is the amount of money that I said that I wanted, and I wrote that down in 2019. I didn't get that. Here's the date that I said I wanted it by. And of course, at the time in 2019, January 2021 was 2 years away. So I felt like, okay, I've got time to figure this thing out, right? Well, January the 1st, 2021, I did not have $2.5 million. Okay, when I wrote this down, it was 2019, and I said, let me give myself until January 2021 to do it. These have been on my bathroom mirrors for that long. But something else happened on January 1st, 2021. I didn't get 2.5 million, but what I did do was start Notary Nerds University, and I got the receipts. I got the sent email from January the 1st, 2021, where I started Notary Nerds University. Now, here's the other thing that I wrote down in 2019 as I was reading this book. He tells you, write down the exact number of the amount of money that you desire, write down the date that you desire to have that money, and then write down what you're going to do in exchange, what you're going to give the universe in exchange for that wealth coming your way. Well, what I said I was going to do, check this out. This is in 2019. I said, I will create educational courses and teach online and in person, empowering each student to earn money with agriculture and real estate. I wrote that down in 2019. Then he says you have to be specific. This is what I wrote now. And if for those of you guys who are in the Notary Nerds Facebook group, that post I made when I was at the dollar store going down the supply aisle, this is why I love going down the supply aisle. Okay, I'm like, this is why that aisle gives me so much joy, because you can create these little things to help you get to where you want to go. So here is how I was specific. I said, I will create a secure membership website that holds all the courses I create. I wrote this in 2019. I will create a new course every day, didn't do that, in one of the following categories. Listing 101, I was focused on my real estate brokerage. Listing 101, real estate agent basic training, showings, probate, multifamily, raising capital for buyers. Again, had no idea about Notary Nerds at the time, okay? But what happened is every single day for over 2 years, when I go to the bathroom, when I brush my teeth, when I take a shower, I'm in my bathroom 2-3 times a day, folks. I see this. I see this. I see this. And what has happened in my actual life is by reading this book and doing just that one task, I have been able to create an asset, which is Notary Nerds University, and a brand that is Notary Nerds University, using the Mastermind technique that he teaches. If you remember, if you've been here from the beginning with Notary Nerds University, I didn't teach at the beginning. I didn't teach. I got other people who were smarter than me, which he tells you to do in this book. Finally, stop trying to be a solo hero, okay? I took the advice from this book, and when I did that, the Mastermind came to be. Notary Nerds University started out with the experts coming to teach, okay? We had Katie teaching the car dealership navigator. We had Aretha teaching Making Money with Ron. Those were my very first 2 instructors. Then I went and got an attorney. Then I went and got another attorney. Then I went and got an expert, a government contractor. Then I got Mastermind. All of this came out of this book. So what I said to myself is, self, we're going to read this book again. I read it with my son in 2019. I read it with you guys at the beginning of this year. And I'm about to read it again, because what happened the first time I read it is I only did a couple of the things he said. I wrote the stuff down. I put it on my thing. I didn't do the meditations every night. I didn't do some of the other tasks that he told me to do. And I just kind of half-assed it and got results. Half-assed it and got results. So what I'm about to do now, and the second time when we read it, we just read it. I mean, the second time I read it with the Notary Nerds and Book Club, we just read it. We didn't take any real serious action, right? Well, guess what? This book club workshop starts next Saturday. Today is just an information session. Next Saturday, this is free for anybody who wants to come. We will begin to reread this book with a different set of intentions. We will be doing every single thing it says to do. And our Saturday meetings will be that accountability time to make sure it gets done. Okay? So any questions? Any questions? Anybody? Teresa, go ahead. No? When I tell you guys, it's an easy read, number one. And there's a lot of things in here that, are common sense. You would think that we would know to do, but there's something about the accountability of having a group of people to do this with. And with me, it's super, let me see here, what edition? It's the 2019 publishing by Sweetwater Press, Vanessa. It doesn't really say the edition in an obvious sense here. I'm looking through for where it would normally be, but it doesn't say on the front of the book, nor does it say in the first couple of two or three pages which edition it is. But I do know that this is the one published in 2019 by Sweetwater Press. Yeah, it doesn't give me an edition in any of this stuff, guys. So just grab you a Think and Grow Rich. Now there's so many different copies. Think and Grow Rich for attorneys, Think and Grow Rich for this, Think and Grow Rich for that. You just want to grab one that says Think and Grow Rich, okay? By Napoleon Hill. And it was written in, I think originally in 1933. And for those of you guys who don't know, let me give you a little bit of a background. Napoleon Hill observed some of our nation's most successful businessmen. And he did that over the course of, I think, 20 something years. This is everybody from, I think Henry Ford to the Carnegie, Dale Carnegie, and Vanderbilt or two. I can't remember who all it was involved. All of your robber barons, all of your industrialists, all of the people who made this country what it is here today, business.
That's okay.
That is who he observed. He observed them, and he did it for he was put out on an assignment by, I can't remember who put him out on the assignment. We'll have to read that again. But one of them said, this is what I want you to do. So when I tell you that this is the formula, A lot of people aren't successful because they don't think they can be successful. That's the only thing keeping them from success. They're too fat, they're too black, they're too Southern, they're too much of a woman, they're too gay, they're too straight. I can't do it because my mom was an addict. I can't do it because my dad was in prison. I can't do it because I don't have a foot. I can't do it because all of these thoughts that people have about why they can't do something is bullshit. It's bullshit. And that's the only way I can say it and make it make sense. There is nothing in this whole world that you cannot do if you put your mind to it. Period. Okay? The what that keeps you from doing that thing is your mind. That's why this book is called Think and Grow Rich. And one of my favorite stories in this book, there's a couple, because he talks about his deaf son who everybody said wasn't going to be able to do anything, right? That story is heart moving. But the first story that I recall from this book is a story of a little girl, a little black girl, who walked up to a white man in a day and time where not only were children not supposed to talk to adults like this, but let alone a little black child talking to a white man in this environment, right? She told him that her mama wanted the 25 cents that he owed her mama. And that man told her, you need to get away from me, little girl, okay? She did not move. She said, my mama said, give her 25 cents. Little man, the man had something in his hand, and the observer who's narrating and observing this happen, okay, is telling us he was scared. He was afraid that the man was going to kill the little girl. And he could have, in that day and age, done so and not had any consequences for it, right? He had something in his hands, or metal, something, I can't remember what it was. A third time, the little girl said, my mommy wants her 25 cents. And something happened. The observer telling the story says that the man, which was his uncle, I believe, reached down in his pockets and gave the little girl the money. The little girl, still fearful, walked backwards until she could get to the door to leave. Now, he leads with this story, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a spoiler, because the reason, and I get chills every single time, you have to be willing to risk it all. The mother risked it all when she sent her daughter in to a man that owed her money. The mother didn't go. She sent her daughter. That's a whole nother book, okay? The second thing is the little girl did something you were not supposed to do. And not only did she do it, she did it 3 times, because she was here to let that man know she was not going, you're going to have to kill me, sir, because I'm bringing my mommy back that 25 cents. You're going to have to kill me, sir, because I'm going to get to 2.5 million. You're going to have to do that, sir, because I'm not stopping until I get what I'm here for. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. This book leads off with that story for a reason, because throughout the book, he gives you the clues to becoming wealthier beyond your imagination. And every guru that you have ever seen on YouTube, every guru that you have ever even heard about, got their information from this book. There is not a guru that you know about that was alive in 1933, first of all, okay? This book predates the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the E-Myth. This book predates all of that shit, okay? This book is the book that everybody else is making millions off of, repackaging, redistributing, recategorizing the steps. These are the steps. This book is now in the public domain. It's a bestseller in the public domain. Public domain means it's free, anybody can publish it, right? But it's still a bestseller. It's kind of like the Bible. You can get it for free, but it's the #1 bestseller of all time. Like, how can you, what? That means what's inside of it can't be disputed. Cannot. So with this Notary Nerds book club workshop that we are going to begin engaging in next Saturday, we are going to do the work, okay? This is not, oh my gosh, chapter 1 was great, and yeah, I kind of read through it, and it was awesome, and okay, see y'all next Saturday. It's not this. This book is go get you a new, hello, school supply aisle. If I could show you how much crap I have, because I get motivated to do something and I'll go get one of these. If you need a new spiral, whatever you need to do to get yourself together and ready for this. If you need some construction paper, hit up the dollar store. Get yourself together. Get your markers, get your pens, get your scissors, get your glue, get your glitter, okay? Because you will be doing this. This is going back up on my bathroom mirror just as soon as I get off of this call, okay? Right? You have to stop trying to do it your way. When I stopped trying to, I've been selling online, but my first and foremost, my passion is to teach, and not only just to teach, but to teach underdogs. So I'm going to show you guys how long I've been trying at this, so I can give you a really good understanding of why it's so significant, the reading of that book in 2019. So I'm going to go over to Facebook, and I'm going to go over to Broker Like a Boss, and I'm going to share my screen. Hold on just a second. All right, I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can get a really good understanding of how this reading in 2019 impacted me, okay? So as you can see here, this post was from 2019. This is another Facebook group that I created specifically designed to help real estate professionals get out of their own way from getting, stuck in the rut of just doing regular retail real estate, buying and selling houses, buying and selling, there's commercial, there's land, there's so many other things. And I was trying to teach them that. So I began this Facebook group back then, and I started teaching back then, okay? Actually, I started teaching. Here's one of my students right here. We did a probate, a video about how she took the probate training that I taught her and put it into action. Her name is Renee Cato Harris, and she's in Georgia. Long story short, my passion for years has been teaching, right? And what I was doing, and not just teaching anybody, teaching the underdog. My thing is I like to teach the underdog. I've written books, how to use investment property, inherited property to buy a small apartment. That was the underdog, people who had inherited property and they didn't know what to do. I was teaching real estate agents how to use probate to get their first listing. Why? Because real estate agents are so used to working with just retail, residential retail, that they never think about anything else. So I wanted to give them some opportunity, and most of them work primarily with buyers. So I wanted to give them the knowledge and the experience, education they needed in order to go after listings. So when I tell you I've been doing this for a while, okay, I've been doing it for a while, but it wasn't until I read this book, and the underdog has always been my focus, okay? I always want to teach, like I say, it's my passion, but not just teach anybody. Teach people who need to overcome something. Teach people who have hurdles to climb. When I found you guys, the notary, and I realized how bad the industry treated you, how you guys got sent out on signings and only to realize that the signing had been canceled, how you guys got stiffed on your payments, how you guys were being fed a whole bunch of, hope and, this and that, but with no real business foundation. Go do this, go do this, go do this, but not talking about revenue and return on investment and all those things. You guys became my new underdogs, right? I am a champion of the underdog. I have been since the 3rd grade. There was a gentleman, I don't even know where he is now, but his last name started with W, his first name was Chris. We sat beside each other in PE because my last name is Wilson. His last name was Wynn or something like that. He had really, really thick Coke bottle glasses. He might have been 3'9", and he had a constant situation in his nose. He had boogers all the time. He got picked on by everybody, okay? But I would not, in the 3rd grade, I would not let anybody pick on him. I didn't want him touching me, you know, because he had always boogers, but I was not gonna let anybody pick on him on my watch. From that day to this day, I have not changed. I do not buy dogs from a breeder. I go to the pound. The last 4 dogs I've owned have been rescues. My purpose on this earth is to be the champion of the underdog. I use all my skills for that. Now you guys happen to be in my crosshairs, notaries. Before it was first-time, first-generation home buyers. Then it turned into sellers of homes that were difficult with tenants in them, ugly houses, bad neighborhoods. You gotta be in the underdog's position for me to get on fire about you, right? If you're not in the underdog position, I'm not really gonna get on fire about you. But if you're in the underdog position, I am going to get on fire about you, okay? When I tell you, if you're listening to me, hear me clear. When you read this book, your life is going to change, okay? This is going to change everything for you. So we're about to take it to a whole nother level, okay? The actual doing is what we're going to be focusing on. So take some notes, because let me flip through here and give you your assignment for next week. Next week, we always read the introduction. Every book club, you must read the introduction. If you can't get this book ordered from Amazon and get it in enough time, get out of the house, go to Books A Million, go to Barnes and Noble and pick the book up, okay? I don't want to hear about, oh, it didn't get here till Wednesday and I couldn't get my reading done. Today is the day you go get this book, right? Because we're going to go ahead and read through chapter 3. The introduction through chapter 3. Okay, so you have your assignment. You're going to be reading the introduction, the preface, anything that has words on it, the publisher's note, everything from the beginning cover, front cover, through the end of chapter 3 is what we're going to read, okay? And also, whatever he says to do, you have to do it and prepare to share it next Saturday. So you can't wait and order this on Monday. You can't wait and order the book on Tuesday. It'll arrive, Prime will get it to you by Thursday, but you'll be hard pressed to participate with any importance on Saturday if you do it that way. Today is the day you get the book, okay? You might can order it today and get it on Monday, but if I were you, I would go to the bookstore and get the book today and start on it today. You don't need any shipping delays, okay? So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. The Mastermind has resulted in over $125,000 for me, okay, in the last 11 months. I repeat, the Mastermind has resulted in over $125,000 for me in the last 11 months, okay? Take it, leave it, whatever you want to do. I'm just like you. I'm not necessarily, I didn't have a whole bunch of cash. I didn't have, my credit is just average. It's in the 600s, high 600s. It's not spectacular. I'm not this, trust fund baby, okay? I read the book. And I said, you know what, Monica, stop trying to do everything yourself. Before reading the book, that's what I did. I didn't want to deal with people. This is my baby. It's my thing. If it gets to be successful, I don't want anybody else getting the credit. And if it doesn't work, I'll only have myself to blame. I don't have to deal with people. I don't want to deal with people. And so that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I did all the way up until I read this book. When I read this book, is when I opened my mindset to the possibility of, hey, wait a minute, Monica, you are smart. However, there are other people who are smart too. And they're smart in areas that you aren't smart in. So it released me, this reading of this book released me from that trapped mentality I had, that it had to be my thing. I'm not joining your organization because I don't want your organization to get credit for anything that I've got going. That was my attitude. I don't belong to an organization. I don't belong to any organization because I have had that attitude since I can remember. I didn't pledge a sorority. I didn't join any clubs in college. If I joined anything, I was going to be the president of it, by God, and you were going to listen to what I said do. That was Monica, okay? And she's still here. However, now I have proof because I actually said, you know what? Let me stop doing that and see what happens. As soon as I stopped thinking the way I was thinking because of this book, I opened my mind to the Mastermind philosophy. And that's when I said, hey, Katie, would you be interested in coming to teach? Hey, Aretha, would you be interested to coming and teach? Hey, Georgette. Hey, Mr. Attorney. Hey, Miss Cynthia, could you come teach us about Notary Permit Runner? Sound familiar? Sound like anything you've heard of before? The content at Notary Nerd University that started on January the 1st of 2021. I'm not telling you what I heard, folks. So this is going to be epic because you guys are about to change your family's trajectory forever. The information that's in this book is going to spark the idea that is dormant in you right now. I can guarantee you, you are working way harder than what you really need to be working because of your mindset. Change your mindset. Nothing is stopping you. Okay. You won't be stopped. You will be unstoppable. Are there any questions? Intro to chapter 3 and all activities. Okay. So go to the Dollar Tree, get you a new 5-subject notebook, get you a, you know what? There we go. This is it. Bop, 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 bop. To participate in this, you will get one of your kids or whoever you got at the house. I don't have one, so I can't show you. At least a 1-inch 3-ring binder. Okay. A 1-inch 3-ring binder. You will get tabs from Staples, and you will put chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever the case in it, in those tabs. And in each tab will be the activities within. The person, okay, who has the best binder at the end of our workshop will win a prize. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm gonna make that prize, but let me tell you, it is going to be good. Okay, so now the game just changed. Okay, the game just changed. It just hit me like, woohoo. I'm gonna be leaving. I'm gonna go get me some coffee. I fully intend on winning because I'm participating in the prize too. This is open for everybody. How we're gonna know who won is we're gonna all vote. Everybody gets a vote. We're gonna open it up to people who are participating and people on the Notary Nerds Facebook group who have no clue of what we're doing, okay? We're gonna post, I'm gonna do a thing, we're gonna post all of the binders, and whoever wins is gonna get a prize. When I tell you, you're gonna want this prize, because I want this prize, I'm gonna make it good, okay? So here's the thing. This is what's gonna keep us on target, and this is what's gonna get us to do the work in the book that's gonna take us to the next level. I've already got proof, empirical data that the shit works, okay? It works. January 1, 2021, matter of fact, let me just for kicks and giggles, hold on just a second. Let me go pull that email. I think it's still in my sent email. Let me see. I think you can search for emails. Let me get out of here. Y'all come off of mute and let me know what you think while I am looking for that email. Anybody, feel free to chime in.
I have a question.
Sure.
I see. You want some, or you want me to make you egg and chorizo?
I want eggs. Let's see here. Go ahead, Shay.
The question is, do you have the workbook? And if you do, like, is it useful or don't waste the money?
I didn't get the workbook, but I did hear that people purchase it and work through it. I like to create. So I don't typically like already in place workbooks. I like to create my own workbooks, especially when I got the source right here. I like to just create my own because I feel like there's more. Whoever wrote that workbook out got the benefit of it, because every time you write something or type something, it creates another etch in your brain. So I don't want their etches. I want to create my own. So for that reason, I never have purchased.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. El Lockett.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
Good morning, everyone.
good morning.
I am excited about this. I'm going to get my binder. And I read the book years ago, but I'm going to start fresh, like as if I had not read it. And I did see they did have workbooks to it. I never purchased that. So I'm excited to go through and create my own workbook.
Exactly. I think that is the most impactful way to, every time you read and take on new information, you create a new tributary in your brain. If you can imagine a smooth muscle, it's kind of like when you're working out and you're lifting heavy weights and you're tearing that muscle. So every time you read a new thing, and then you write it down and then you say it, it makes that crevice in your brain about that thing deeper. So when you're doing this creation of this workbook, you're reading it, you're developing the workbook, and then you're doing the stuff that's required in between each tab. That is the most beneficial way. And your teachers, people who are educators on the call, could probably give us the science behind that phenomena. But the point is, it works when it's all you, right? You're reading it, you're having to comprehend it. So you might read it once or twice. Then you grab your pen and then you go write it down. Then you go get the notebook and you type up the cover page for that section. Then you go and you do the task with them. You see how much energy and effort is being put into that? That's going to make it solid for you. And the whole thing is this. The whole thing is that your mind, we don't use, I guess, but a certain percentage. I can't remember what it is, but most people don't use their full potential when it comes to your mind. And there's a whole bunch of reasons for that. But when we utilize the full strength, we are unstoppable. We can do all things. I'm gonna tell you guys, and a lot of this is, when I was reading, a lot of this was biblical for me. You know, having read some portions of the Bible, I saw a lot of that in this, right? The whole be careful what you're saying, okay? Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, I can't do it. I'm so tired. Those types of things, those words seem so harmless. They seem so harmless, but they're horrible. They're horrible for you if you're trying to obtain wealth, because you have to make sure you tell your brain what to think. And it starts with your thoughts. And if you don't manage this, it's pointless. You might as well just live the rest of your life in whatever mediocrity that you're already in. Because, and if you don't take those thoughts and hurry up before they set into soil, you got to get them out of there. And you have to do that only by flushing them out with other thoughts, with the think good thoughts, right? This is also something that Robert Kiyosaki did. He picked up and used the tenets in this book when he wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Some of the same things when we read Rich Dad, Poor Dad were in Think and Grow Rich. So this is not new stuff. None of these gurus, nobody who's got any money right now that didn't inherit it came up with it on their own. Nobody. Every single one of them had some semblance of this in their process. I guarantee you. Mastermind, there is nobody in this generation of people walking on this earth right now who didn't inherit it. Now, this doesn't include people who have inherited wealth. This is for, I'm talking about people who did not inherit their wealth. They used elements of this book, whether they knew it or not. Okay? The mastermind, using the strength of other people versus just your own, that's one of the main ways, because you can't do anything by yourself. I know a lot of people think that they can, but I'm going back to 2,500 emails away, guys, to find that one email that I sent back. I'm in 2020. Let me come back up. So, okay, so here's 12/3, 12/16. Okay, here we go. Let me look through here and see if I can find it. January the 1st. Okay. January the 1st. Okay. Bam! Ha ha! I got receipts. I got receipts, folks. Okay, check this out. You pull this up, and while I'm pulling this up, I'm gonna hold up this thing that I wrote in 2019 that had nothing to do with it. You see this, January the 1st, 2021. That's when I wrote it. You can't see where it's faded and all that other stuff. On January the 1st, let me get to where you can see. You see over here, Friday, January the 1st at 6:26 p.m., I sent this email out to all of the people who were in my G&W Business Builder. I said, Happy New Year. Thank you all for, let me make it larger. Trying to make it larger, it's not working, so I'll just read it to you. Thank you all for believing in the General Notary Work Business Builder platform enough to invest your hard-earned money with complete signings. I had really high hopes for the General Notary Work Business Builder and still do. However, it will be necessary for me to postpone developing it until further notice. So please accept this written communication as notice that the General Notary Work program is suspended effective immediately. I will coordinate with each of you prior to having your yopal.com platform taken offline. Because I want to be sure you get value for the $50 investment you made with me, because it meant a lot, you can attend either of the courses on the Notary Nerds University platform at no charge. Please use the coupon code at the time of checkout. This coupon gives you a free 30-day membership to the training platform, Notary Nerds University. Hello, people. I don't know what else to tell you. I can't. This has happened in real life to me, right? And because it happened in real life to me, I'm a believer, right? I want to see the same happen for you. So without any further ado, if there's no more questions, it's 9:38. I need you guys to get showered, shaved, whatever you need to do. Put on your flip-flops, head out to the bookstore, head out to the school supply place, and and look, there are no holds barred on this binder. If you want to go with the typical white 3-ring binder and make your inside look pretty, and that's what you think is going to win this competition, you have no idea who's on this call, okay? Go get you a binder, sis, okay? Everything about that binder is going to wow everything about my binder. I'm just going to tell you, everything about my binder is going to be absolutely amazing. So I am going to, from the point of view of try to outshine, because I want to win, okay? And remember, the people who are voting on this binder may or may not be a part of this situation. It's going to be an open situation, and everybody's going to be able to go to a website and vote on the binder that looks the best to them, okay? So, let me just say this. Everybody's been fairly warned that I'm gonna do the most, okay? So, and I already know I got some hefty competition because Shay came to the mock loan signing in Murfreesboro, and she had created a binder, and her binder was on fire. Like, it was seriously, she had glitter and stickers and tabs and different color ink and all kinds of stuff in her. So I already know between her and what I've got in my mind and some of you others that I can already look at your faces and tell how you get down, okay? Then, yeah. So it's gonna be a nice competition, but the ultimate goal, folks, is for us to obtain the wealth, okay, that we need to obtain, because we are responsible for changing our world. We are responsible for changing our community. And I don't know what you plan on doing with your wealth, but with my wealth, there are children aging out of the foster care system at 18 that are waiting on me to get my shit together so that I can develop the 200 acres and provide for them a safe and permanent housing situation in the form of a tiny home that's going to need all of the water connections and the sewer connections. That will take me millions of dollars, right? But I'm not going to be able to do it alone. But that's why I need my wealth, because I'm going to solve that problem. I'm going to solve the chemical in food problem. We're going to have a food bank. We're going to have a commercial kitchen. We're going to have a farm that's completely 100% everything we need, right? Sustainable, regenerative, the whole nine, right? I am not waiting on the USDA to give me a thing. I didn't want to say the word I wanted to say, but I'm not finna wait. Why? Because I still got that Monica, that solo Monica in me, right? If I wait on the USDA to approve me for something, if I wait on the SBA to give me a grant for something, I'm going to be 82 years old, okay? I'm not waiting on any of that shit, okay? I'm going out and I'm finding underdogs that I can help solve their problems, because the way one of the secrets, hello, is you got to solve somebody else's problems. The first thing he asked us to write down is how much money you wanted, when you wanted it by, then what are you going to do to get it? It's not handed to you, folks. You got to solve somebody else's problems. You first have to know who has a problem and what that problem is, and how you can go about solving it. And so he says, how are you going to do it? I will create. I will create. And I have been creating, and I'm going to keep creating. And that's what's going to get me the money so that I can go solve the bigger problem that I have been sent to this earth to solve. I have been sent to this earth to solve that problem, okay? You have been sent to this earth to solve a problem. I don't know what your problem that you've been sent to solve is, but you know what it is, or you'll discover it as we read this book together. You were not sent to this earth to do 8 signings a day, period. You were not sent to this earth to just sell a house and put your check in the bank and go keep doing that over and over again, period, okay? That is not why you were sent here. You were sent here for something way bigger than that. And the reason I know you were sent here for something way bigger than that is because you are on this call with my ass right now. And if you weren't on this call hearing this right now, then that I couldn't say that. But the fact that the universe has aligned you to get up on this call on a Saturday morning about this, to hear my ass talk, okay, means that you're supposed to hear this. Means that you got something bigger than just what you've been thinking, okay? Because I'm not riding with mediocre folks. I don't ride with mediocre folks. Y'all can't be mediocre if you in this. You can't be. There's nothing about you that's mediocre. All you've needed is somebody to be your underdog champion. And folks, I'm here. So let's get it started. I'll see you guys next Saturday morning. Have an awesome day, and I'll talk with you soon.